down the center because I'm going to line up my grain line on my sleeve with that, and then I trace.
The sleeve, you want to look at the sleeve?
So now that I have that, I can line up this line. It's kind of light, it should be darker. So when you trace that sleeve, remember you guys don't transfer the
seam allowance.
Line this up like this. And put some weights on it, and then start tracing it off. Oops.
Is that a size 8?
It's a size 10.
This has seam allowance.
No seam allowance.
This has no.
This is a sloper, no seam allowance.
Okay.
This, what I'm using, it's a sleeve sloper. It's a size 10. It has no seam allowance. And so I always like to draw the bicep line, and then this has already been measured. It's 12.75, and I've already measured this. We're not going to do the offset. So I've already measured this 8.5, and this should be 8 7/8, but I'm going to double check. It's a good thing when you get your sloper and you measure the front and the back to write it down. Then you don't have to keep measuring. I also have this measurement 23 1/4, so I know how long the sleeve is. So those are good measurements to have. So now I can take this away. Oops, I forgot to mark the bicep. So I'm gonna do this. Okay, and this is my bicep. And because when we trace things, sometimes they get off, I'm just gonna, it's pretty close. 12 3/4. So this is my front and this is my back. And the length of my sleeve, it's 23 1/4. So now you're gonna measure the front of your sleeve. So use your tape, put it, I like to do this. This is kind of like the fast, not as accurate way. It's not as accurate, and sometimes I do it a few times. I'm going to show you a couple different ways, but this is one way you can do it. It's turning the tape like this and quickly measuring, and it's like 8 7/8 ish. What was it? So yeah. And then this one. So now on this side, I'm going to show you, this way is more accurate. It's using your pencil. And I'm going to start on the 1 because of that metal piece is kind of in the way. And you just walk it with your measuring tape. So I'm using the pencil, or you could use your awl, and see how I hold it, and then I turn the tape, hold it, turn the, this is basically walking it. It's called walking it. Just like when you walk the seams with your manila, you're walking your tape to get an accurate measurement of the curve. So I started at the 1, so I have to remember that I have to account for that when I get to the end. But I'm just slowly walking it along to get as accurate a count as I can. So I recommend doing it this way, just so it's very accurate. So I got 9 5/8, so it's 8 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. No. Okay. So once I've measured that, then I need to measure my bodice. So you're gonna take your basic bodice, or you can take your you might as well take your torso slipper, because that's what you guys are fitting it to. And then you're gonna do the same thing. So you're gonna measure the same way, and you're gonna find out what this measurement is. And hopefully it's not too far off. The more it's off, the more correction you have to make, and the more difficult it is. So I got 8 1/4. So that's, you know, quite a bit of 1/2 inch, little more, 3/8 difference. So I need to make that, start making that adjustment. You can slash. So I need to get it down to 8 1/4. You can have about a 1/4 inch ease. Have you guys learned this yet?
No.
In any of your classes?
I've done something like this.
Huh?
I've done something like this. The armhole is small, and then just walking it with the tape measure. Oh, okay. So just loosen it, maybe make it bigger, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch,
So-
whatever need be.
I'm just gonna work on the front. I'm not gonna like do the back too, but I'll show you the way I would adjust the front, and then that will it's the same for the back. It's the same technique. Okay. So 5/8. So I'm gonna slash. So we're not adjusting this. We're only adjusting this. Okay, you're not changing that. When you're adjusting your sleeve, you're adjusting your sleeve. You don't change the bodice. And I can slash down the center. I can slash across the bicep. Through, but not to, and I can take it in a little up here. Or sorry. I can take this up here a little bit. So, actually, I don't want you guys to do the slash and spread. First, if I have 3/8 that I want to get rid of, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off here first. So I'm going to get rid of, I'm sorry, did I say, I need a 5/8, right? Yeah. No, 5/8. So it's 7/8 and I need to get it down to a 1/4. So 1, 2, so 5/8. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna take it in 3/8 on the side seam. 1, 2, 3.
Would that change the overall shape?
I'm just gonna bring it to 0 on the sleeve like this. So I've already brought in 3/8. So now I just need to bring in a 1/4, right? So now I might make that adjustment up here. So I'm gonna just overlap this about a 1/4 and tape it. And then remeasure. No, actually I don't want to do that. That's messing up everything. Sorry, you guys. I'm going to bring this down. So I'm going to bring this down a 1/4. And then I'm going to smooth this in like this. And it's gonna be a little bit of trial and error. Okay, so now I have to remeasure it. And remember, you can have a 1/4 inch of ease, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It can be a 1/4 inch off. And you have to measure the front and the back. I'm doing a shortcut for the demo. So now I'm at 8 1/4, so perfect. Okay, so I know I only did this side, but you guys are gonna measure this, measure this, measure this, measure this, write all your measurements down. Once you write all the measurements down, then you're gonna do the math. So I figured out my difference here was 5/8 smaller. So, and then you're gonna figure out what your difference is here. Maybe it's a 1/2 inch bigger, okay? So, what?
It's a lot of numbers.
It is, it's numbers. So if you need to make it bigger, I recommend bringing the armhole down. So you can bring it out. So I could bring it out a 1/4 inch. So you always want to like do a little here and a little there. You don't want to do something drastic, like do the entire amount and make a big change. You want to spread things around. So if you keep that in mind, that'll help you. So I just added a 1/4 inch here. So I'm trying to get to this. And now I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring this, down a 1/4 inch. So that, like right about here. And then you wanna use your curve. And like I said, everyone's gonna be different. I'm like just kind of like winging it here with you guys. You saw I was trying different things. You can do slash and spread and open up the cap a little and open things up over here like I was trying to do. You can play with it. But the easiest things are coming out on the side seam, coming down on the side seam, coming down on the cap, coming up on the cap, if you want to add. Those are the easiest ways to make the fix. So I'm just gonna do it by hand.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you make any adjustment, like whatever you do from this part, like you bring that down, then you bring it in, or if it's from the top, you bring it up and you bring that out the same
Well,
amount? Or
I'm gonna have to true this up over here too, so I'm gonna go like this. So hopefully I didn't make, so I need to measure this now, because I've changed, because I adjusted this, now this is completely changed. So let's see.
So whatever you do to the top, do you have to do the same amount of measurement to the side as well? Or
No.
It doesn't?
No, it doesn't matter. You can, I just was telling you guys, distribute it around. Like if you have 5/8, like that's, what if you have a 7/8 difference? You don't want to pull this out 7/8, right? That would be funny.
Right.
Right, that's what I meant.
Okay.
You want to like distribute it around, do something. And if it's that much off, then you might need to get a different sleeve size, right? So you don't want to have to make that big of an adjustment. Something might be wrong. So now I'm at 9. So I didn't measure this guy yet. So, oh, but I said I wanted to make it a 1/2 inch bigger. So, thank you. I'm doing an imaginary number. So if that's 8 5/8, and I want it to be a 1/2 inch bigger, then I'm pretty close. I'm only 1/8 off. So that could, I think I might just come up here a little bit actually and make this a little bigger up here. And then that'll give me that ease, because it's nice to have a little ease on your sleeve. Easing it in, it gives you that little cap, right? So do something like, so again, like I said, it's artistry, and you're adding and subtracting and measuring, and so I think this would be my new, and then you have to remeasure. So I'm gonna have to remeasure this side and this side until I get where I want to be. Is that good? Got it? Shulong, any questions? That's adding fullness to the cap, right? And you're gonna have to slash over here. Or on this side, depending where you want to be opening it up. But yeah, you can open up here and make it bigger that way. And then this comes down and you gotta retrue this up. Remember, if the original line's over here and that original line's over there, you wanna find somewhere in the center. Okay? And then you put paper underneath, tape, and draw this line, and then you're gonna redraw your center line. So yeah, you can totally do that. You can open this up. You can, like I said, bring this up, bring this down. The easiest way is making those adjustments. If you need to slash and spread, then there's a little more taping and pasting going on. But yeah, you can get more movement that way. Get more stuff. And you can bring it in and add down here too. Does that help?
Once you make that adjustment, 'cause I noticed it kind of dropped like
Which
on the
one?
side.
Do you want me to open it or?
Oh no, like have it back to where it was.
Like
Yeah.
this?
How you marked the lower point
This
right there.
one?
Would you redraw a bicep line after that, just to keep that as a reference?
Yeah, so if this is my new line, I'm gonna tape everything down and I'm gonna adjust this. After this gets adjusted.
Yeah.
So if you bring this down, you might want to bring that slightly down. But yeah, you can redraw it. I'm gonna make sure this is on my center line.
And that center line would, well, it's the center line, it wouldn't act like a green line, right?
I'm lining this up on the grain line so that it's level before I draw it across. I want this to be level with that grain line so that this is accurate. So then, yeah, that would be my new bicep. Any others?
And if it's not perpendicular, because that's what you're trying to do, make it perpendicular, right?
No, it's not gonna be.
Okay. So it's okay if it's not.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's gonna be like this. Yep.
So this line is not perpendicular,
Well, it is. It is.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah, it is.
But it doesn't have to be.
I see a lot of you guys doing this.
So it doesn't have to.
No, it should be.
Oh, it should be.
It should be. That's why I was lining it up. I was lining my ruler up. This 8 line, I was lining it up on the grain line and then angling it so that it matches like that.
So if it's not, then you're probably going to make adjustments elsewhere, right?
Well, I don't think, I mean, if it's like this,
Mhm.
then come see me.